From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. We will have some smoky skies, bad air quality in the Walla Walla Valley through tonight at least, but those winds picking up. But that's going to pick up fire concerns into this weekend. Also some lightning chances in the mix. And then sandwich in between all of that, high temperatures are going to be up around 100 degrees for today. First, we'll start off by talking about the air quality, which is indeed unhealthy for a lot of the Bluefoot Hills in Walla Walla County and northeastern Umatilla County. If you can help it, limit your outdoor exposure for this morning. If you do have to go outside, I would highly recommend wearing an N95 or a KN95 mask. The wind gusts out there, not that big of a factor for now. They really won't be for today. That is not going to be the case as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures out there for lower elevations, a mixed bag of 50s and 60s, 58 degrees for the Tri-Cities, 63 for Yakima, 59 in Ellensburg. And so a little bit later today, we're going to end up around 100 in the Tri-Cities, but at least it's going to be 100 in the clouds as opposed to 100 degrees in the sunshine. Clouds building throughout the day, little chances for showers in the valleys. We'll talk about that. Also, I'll step you through the fire still burning on the map coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, the Washington Supreme Court has unanimously ruled that a recall petition filed against 3 Port of Bend commissioners is now allowed to go forward. And in Pasco, parking on one street is now not allowed. What you need to know before heading down Sylvester Street. Plus, dangerous material is leaving Hanford's vulnerable tanks, why the transfer is crucial for environmental protection.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Friday morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis. Before we get into it, we're going to check back in with Josh with the latest updates on the fires in our region. Josh, take it away.
Thank you, Zoe. Yeah, we're going to start off with the Three Queens fire that is burning in Kittitas County. My remote has done me dirty a couple times this week. All right, the Three Queens fire burning in Kittitas County to the north of Lake Cochise, 3,800 acres, 2% contained, and it's still very active on the northern and the eastern side of the fire. And so because of that, we saw those expanded level 1 evacuations to the east. So still in general, it's the areas around Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake, but you can find these precise boundaries posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Okay, we head over to the Hagen fire. Got a very good update with this one yesterday. It's been a couple days in a row of good updates as Oregon 204 now open for business, and we did see some evacuation reductions. Now, this is still a very active fire. It's inching closer to 60,000 acres, only about 20% contained. The southeastern, the northeastern, and some western pockets of the fire very active, but those evacuations, still a lot of evacuations in place for Umatilla and Union counties, but on the northern side of this boundary, we did see some reductions to those levels. So a very good sign there. And then finally, the Paradise fire, which is also burning in the Blues. This one, it's now the southern half of the fire that's very active in both Umatilla and Wallowa counties. It's 6,700 acres, and we're still seeing those evacuations from that little slice of Columbia County all the way down across southeastern Walla Walla County and into northeastern Umatilla County as well. With all of these fires, you can find so much more information, including precise evacuation areas, by going online to applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Over into Pasco, where the city approved new water efficiency goals. This is as it looks at how it uses and conserves its water supply. During a recent city council meeting, council members approved updated water use efficiency goals, which are required for water supplies under state law. One goal is to reduce the average daily demand per equivalent residential unit from 330 gallons to 300 gallons. Another goal is to keep water lost through the city's distribution system at 10% or less each year. City staff stress that these are goals for Pasco as a water provider and are not individual water limits or regulations for any families or businesses.
This is a state mandate, but at the same time, the city council acknowledged that we have to start conserving water and finding better ways to be good stewards of our water consumption.
Pasco will report its water use efficiency performance to the Washington State Department of Health each year, with the city set to update these goals as part of its water system plan every 10 years. Over in Pasco as well, parking on one street is now not allowed. At a recent city council meeting, the council approved a resolution that would prohibit vehicles from parking on North 27th Avenue and West Sylvester Street. City council member Leo Perales says this specific roadway is more narrow compared to other streets in the city, and this action helps provide a safer route.
We heard complaints from these business owners about them leaving in their trucks and not being able to see left or right because this street was just packed with cars parked. I mean, for days on end. I mean, I don't know where some of these individuals are working or are walking to, but I mean, there was pictures of cars and vehicles just left here, and so that's just unsafe. When you want to turn left or right out of a commercial spot, you got to be able to kind of leave there safely, and so it's all about safety.
Perales says they are currently working on educating the public about this new parking ban with their code enforcement team. Over into some environment news this morning. Hanford is one tank closer to getting rid of some of its most dangerous Cold War leftovers. As Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen reports, crews just removed radioactive waste from a 24th single shell tank. But the bigger challenge is picking up the pace before aging tanks become an even greater risk.
For decades, this waste has sat underground in tanks that were never designed to hold it forever. Now, Hanford is moving it out one tank at a time. Tank A106 once held about 80,000 gallons of radioactive and chemical waste. In less than 7 months, crews moved about 79,000 gallons into a newer double shell tank designed with an extra layer of protection.
It's huge because these tanks, they're built in the 40s. And their design life was 20 years. So the sooner we can get that material out of the tank, it's less risk for the environment.
The progress comes years after preparation, including cutting into A106's massive concrete dome and installing new equipment to reach the waste. Now, about 3.5 million gallons have been transferred from 24 single shell tanks into double shell tanks for safer storage. But there's a catch. Space in the double shell tanks is limited.
If we're encroaching upon those limits where we don't have any more space, then retrieval has to shut down. So that's one of the biggest challenges.
That's why the next step matters. Crews are preparing to tackle A103, with retrieval scheduled for October and potentially September if preparations stay ahead of schedule. And the goal is getting much faster.
We're a sixth of the way done with the tanks that we need to retrieve. Now we're ready to go forward and start making more progress.
The long-term goal is to move waste out of aging shell tanks, safely store it, and eventually turn it into a stable form through treatment, reducing the risk for generations to come. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Hanford's single shell tanks were never meant to store waste for decades. This cleanup will continue for years as crews work through the remaining tanks. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, several states will have a lot of cleanup work to do this weekend as severe weather struck the mid-Atlantic region on Thursday. Your time right now is 6:08. Taking a live look out into Kennewick this morning. We are looking at some triple digits going into this Friday, folks. Find out exactly what to expect for your weather forecast when we take you through your zone by zone after this.
This Labor Day, make your home your favorite place to be at Walker's Furniture and Mattress.
With holiday discounts store-wide, create your perfect space and save big on furniture made for the moments you'll remember most.
Or get what you love now and pay over time with no money down.
Sink into comfort like never before. Find the sectional you've been waiting for. Or create the bedroom you've been dreaming about. Fall in love with home all over again. This week at Walker's Labor Day sale.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm. feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And right now, keep the phone you love, and we'll pay it off up to $800 when you switch.
Better service, better price, win-win.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. High temperature is going to be up into triple-digit territory for lower elevations for today. So in the Yakima Valley, we're going to be in the low 90s by lunchtime, and then mid to upper 90s for the hottest part of the day. I'm going with the forecast high of 97 in Yakima, but we certainly have our fair share of triple digits on the map. 101 for the Tri-Cities, 101 for Walla Walla, 102 for Connell, 102 for the Hanford site. But I mean, 96 in Ellensburg, that's certainly not cool by any stretch of the imagination. And then 80s and 90s up in the mountains. We're going to be about 10 to 15 degrees cooler from Friday into Sunday. That's as a cold front passes, and then some fairly average temperatures from Sunday through Thursday. But with the winds picking up, that's going to pick up fire concerns. That's the bad news. But the good news is that we're thinking it should clear out a lot of the smoke that has settled down into the Walla Walla Valley. So I would anticipate more significant at times reductions in air quality in the Bluefoot Hills of Walla Walla in northeastern Umatilla County. But with the winds picking up on Saturday, again, the good news is that it should clear a lot of the smoke out of our neck of the woods. But the bad news is that it could lead to additional fires popping up across the map. And at that point, this whole the whole shebang would change. Here's what to do in the meantime during that stretch of poor air quality in the foothills. Stay indoors if you can help it. Wear the protective mask like the N95 or the KN95. Use clean air filters. Watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation. As always, you can find that list posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. But that chance for additional fires over the weekend, I have a lot to say about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Over into some national severe weather that struck the mid-Atlantic region on Thursday. With some heavy downpours, heavy gusts of wind, and flash flooding, John Lawrence reports.
A dangerous drive in Dover, Delaware, as a tornado tears the roof off a motel.
I heard the train sound. My dad always told me that when you hear a train sound, that's a tornado. And I just bolted into my bathroom.
Significant damage was seen in other parts of the city, with Dover authorities telling residents to not travel unless absolutely necessary.
There was a dumpster outside the house, so all we saw was like it flying around. It was actually crazy.
A twister was also spotted in Columbia, Pennsylvania Thursday, and a state of emergency was later declared. This comes after a line of storms dropped heavy rain across the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, including New York City, where rainfall poured through its subway systems.
Now, we have had portions of about 2 to 4 inches already fall across Indiana and Ohio. That may not sound like much, but remember, these are the same areas that had a foot of rain last week. So adding even 2 to 4 inches is just going to increase a lot of those creeks, rivers, and streams to swell up again like they did last week.
More than 29 million people along the I-95 corridor have been under flood watches from southwest Connecticut to tornado-struck Delaware.
It looked like the Twilight Zone out there. It looked crazy. There was a lot of trees down and a lot of branches down.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
At least one weather-related fatality has been confirmed as a man died after being struck by lightning on a beach in Cape Charles, Virginia. This is according to the town manager. Switching gears here, when we come back on Good Morning Northwest, as back-to-school season starts up, we go into the importance of school bus safety for students, parents, and residents who live or drive by bus stops to ensure the community stays safe and follows the proper road protocols.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
Jardiance. It's the little pill with a big story to tell.
As time went on, it was easy to see.
I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell. The little pill with a big story to tell.
Bottom of the ninth. Intense competition. This is the dream.
Jimmy knows the game's on the line, and he's ready.
I've got this.
What a shot.
Life's better when you're protected under our roof. Because your house
What a game.
is home base for their dreams.
I did it!
Bundle life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We run help a friend to move scenarios?
All the time.
Driveway airball? Wow, solid.
Very.
Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims or get $4,500 customer cash on select Rogue or Frontier trims.
I would definitely recommend Apple Valley News Now for anyone considering marketing for an event. So TV is a great way to reach a new demographic. It tends to reach an older population too, and a lot of grandparents bring their grandkids to ride. The amount of work I have to put into putting these commercials together is not very much, which helps me focus on other areas. I honestly couldn't ask for a better experience. Super affordable, and it's worked.
If your business needs a boost, call Apple Valley News Now for online and on-air advertising that works.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have alert days as we head into this weekend as, well, we have a multifaceted risk for fires to start or spread quickly. So we start off with the vegetation dryness. It's going to be critically dry out there for this weekend, level 4 out of 5 on our scale as indicated by this red color. The only exception would be the Cascades of the upper Yakima Basin. Still very dry though, level 3 out of 5. Okay, we got a couple different things happening on this bird's eye view. Number one, we have this monsoonal moisture that's coming up from the south, but number two, we have this storm system that's in the Gulf of Alaska right now. It's going to get its move on pretty quickly here, and those two energies are going to combine and create for some very interesting weather over the next 48 hours. Now, what I'm about to show you is one model run of one model. Keep that in mind. It's being very bullish, this run of Futurecast, very bullish on some of the shower and thunderstorm chances for this evening. But it's kind of, it's got it on a downswing as we head into Saturday. I actually think it's going to be the reverse. We'll show you some of the model consensus data to back that up in a second. But just know Friday night into Saturday, could be some showers, could be some thunderstorms. You got to have the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app on hand so you can track it all yourself. Here is a look at the model consensus lightning chances for Saturday. This will be throughout the day on Saturday, and it's going to be the foothills, the blues, the valleys, and the Cascades. That's where the lightning chances will exist to begin with, but hitting that key lightning fire threshold of 20% in the Cascades and Upper Yakima Basin, and also for the Kittitas Valley. But really anywhere that lightning pops up, we could see lightning fires spreading rather quickly, because the wind gust on Saturday across the map going to be anywhere between, at least for lower elevations, 20 to 40 miles per hour. Then Sunday, definitely not going to be as windy, but still gusty enough to be concerned. So I'm personally much more concerned about the potential for human-caused wildfires. Here's how to prevent those, and you can find this list posted online, as always, at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs around 100 degrees on Friday, then the winds bringing up fire concerns Saturday and Sunday. And at Yakima, mid-90s over the next couple days, along with some slight chances for showers and thunderstorms. In Ellensburg, windy this weekend, but especially on Saturday with chances of lightning on top of that. And then for Hermiston, highs close to triple digits on Friday, then about 10 to 15 degrees cooler by Sunday. And finally for Walla Walla, smoky again today from the Paradise Fire with highs around 100, then fire concerns picking up into the weekend.
So you're saying tonight, Josh, for this Friday, we're looking at some storm chances going into Saturday?
Yes, we could see them for tonight into tomorrow. Models are saying a bunch of different
all over the place,
for the next 24 to 48 hours, but just use all that fire safety. I know we've reached a little bit of a lull when it comes to fire season.
Right.
It is not over with.
Yes, don't get too comfortable.
Exactly.
All right, well, up next here on Good Morning Northwest, we have some viral body cam footage. This reveals a story of survival, the moments after a pilot parachutes from his jet.
Ready, set, summer with the Honda Summer Event. With available features like all-terrain tires, off-road tuned suspension, and Trail Watch. Honda has all you need to get summer ready as the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Right now, you can get at 1.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline.
We're just getting started. The Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is back, celebrating 160 years of unforgettable memories. Kick off Labor Day weekend on September 2nd with Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Cheap Trick live in concert. Then enjoy 5 action-packed days of thrilling carnival rides, incredible fair food, free entertainment, and fun for the whole family. The Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days, 160 years strong, and we're just getting started. Get your tickets today at WallaWallaFairgrounds.com.
After 9 innings on a hot afternoon, you deserve a cool, comfortable night. Only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, so the mattress feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. For the cool, comfortable, undisturbed rest you deserve. Save up to $1,400 on select Tempur-Pedic Split King sleep systems during our Labor Day event. Now at More Furniture.
Only a few more weeks are left in the Dust Devils' 25th anniversary season, and we want you to be a part of them.
There are post-game fireworks Friday, August 21st, thanks to Columbia Basin Hearing Center. Saturday, August 22nd, will be the final Rooster Tails game of the year. Faith Night, thanks to Chick-fil-A, and a baseball card giveaway, thanks to Good Shepherd Health Systems. Sunday is Glow Night, presented by Let's Glow Mini Golf. Family Feast Night, thanks to Genuine Homes, and our final Viñedos game.
Come be a part of our best season yet. Tickets at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball, the Tri-Cities tradition for 25 years.
I'm Saquon Barkley, and I spent all day jumping through hoops. But watching football shouldn't feel like jumping through hoops. That's why I have DirecTV. It brings all my football into one place, so I can easily find and watch it. No jumping, no flipping, or hopping between apps, or channels. It's all my games, no matter where they air. Football's hard, but football with DirecTV, easy.
Stream football without the hurdles on DirecTV.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The city of Richland now extended a moratorium on certain housing for sexually violent predators. The Richland City Council unanimously approved another 6-month moratorium on applications and approvals for less restrictive alternative or LRA housing. These facilities can provide housing for sexually violent predators following incarceration. The city first put the moratorium in place in March, saying its existing land use rules did not have specific enough standards addressing issues including public safety, security, and compatibility. Richland is now working with Pasco, Kennewick, and West Richland on a regional approach, while also looking at possible changes at the state level. Turning over into Yakima County, we got body cam footage from Rimrock Lake on June 13th.
Without exaggeration, that is about as close as you can.
Despite flying through a line of trees and parachuting out of his jet, the pilot only suffered minor cuts on his face. The Yakima County Sheriff's Office helped the pilot recover his gear, including his parachute, which a deputy had to cut loose from a tree.
We were doing circles over the lake, doing in some low-level training. Okay. And then I tucked in, and I'm not sure exactly. Honestly, I'm a little...
Nope, you're fine.
But I tucked in.
You hit the tree bad, bud.
I went through the trees.
You can also watch 25 unedited minutes of the video on our Apple Valley News Now YouTube page. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, as we head back to school, the city of Kennewick is expecting an influx of kindergartners. Plus, we go over some school bus safety rules for students, parents, and residents, getting you prepared for the year to come.
This Labor Day, make your home your favorite place to be with incredible store-wide savings at Walker's. Create the spaces where life happens, or bring it home today and pay over time.
Labor Day savings are happening now, this week at Walker's.
At Sundown M Ranch, healing begins the moment you arrive. With residential treatment, outpatient programs, and specialized youth care, we support the whole person every step of the way. Our serene setting offers comfort, peace, and space to just breathe.
At Fred's Appliance, we've been locally owned and family operated since 1962. Founded by a veteran and built on service. Swing in today to find all brands and all styles on sale. From the durability of Frigidaire to the innovative technology of GE, find your next refrigerator at Fred's. Shop the largest supply of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region, only at your local Fred's Appliance.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event.
Off they go, spreading capability across America.
Great deals, great trucks.
Great time to buy. And J.D. Power says Ford is now #1 in new vehicle quality.
All the hauling and towing they'll do. Wish I could go with them.
Sure looks like fun.
But the deals end soon. Better hurry.
Get 0% APR, 0 payments for 90 days, and $1,500 retail mega bonus cash, plus a 2-year complimentary maintenance plan.
Craving something better than ordinary? Welcome to Angel's Family Restaurant, just off Road 68 in Pasco. We're serving up fresh, chef-inspired favorites every day. From breakfast classics all day long to hearty American comfort food the whole family will love. And for dinner, don't miss our fresh-cut 12-ounce steaks, grilled just the way you like them. Angel's Family Restaurant. Whenever hunger calls, come hungry and leave happy.
Blue Compass RV is celebrating America's 250th. During our Red, White, and Blue Compass event, shop thousands of used RVs starting under $10,000. Plus, we pay top dollar for trades. All this and more. Hurry to Blue Compass RV.
It's the grand finale of the Legends Cup in August, where every play is a power play. Join us every Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. for your shot at a net payout of $15,000. Drop the soccer ball on our game board and land it in the right slot to score big. Use your Legends rewards card to earn entries. The final whistle hasn't blown. Play and score. Only at Legends Casino Hotel in August.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis. It's Friday. We've made it to the end of the week, and going into this weekend, we got a lot to look at weather-wise. So we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Let us know what we're looking at, Josh.
Yeah, we are looking at some smoky conditions in the Blue Foothills. Some hot temperatures will be up around 100 degrees for today, and then the winds picking up, which is going to help out with the smoke situation, at least in the short term. But we could see additional fires popping up across the map for both Saturday and a little bit less so for Sunday. Okay, air quality still unhealthy for the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains of Walla Walla County and northeastern Umatilla County. In those areas like Walla Walla, College Place, Adena, Milton Freewater. Keep it indoors this morning if you can help it, but if you must venture out, be sure to have the N95 or the KN95 mask, especially if you're in one of those sensitive groups. Okay, wind gusts not really going to be that big of a factor for today, but that is not going to be the case as we head into tomorrow or as we head into Sunday. Temperatures out there 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 58 for the Tri-Cities, 67 for Walla Walla, and 63 degrees in Yakima. Speaking of Yakima, we're going to end up around 97, 98 degrees for today at the hottest part of the day, but at least it's going to be, you see, for lower elevations anywhere between 95 to 101. At least we'll have the clouds to make it feel not as hot as it otherwise would. But some rain chances for today for the Kittitas and the Yakima valleys. And then that's going to continue as we head into the overnight hours and into tomorrow. All right, let's catch you up to speed on all the fires burning across the region. We start off with the Three Queens fire that's burning to the north of Lake Cochise. It is making a run towards the east. It's been the northern and the eastern side of the fire that's been active for quite some time now. 3,800 acres, 2% containment. And given that it is making a run to the east, we saw evacuations extended out to the east. Just level 1 be ready evacuations closer to Cle Elum Lake. You can find all of these evacuation boundaries posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We take you over to the Blues. The Hagen fire, saw some very good updates on this one yesterday in that Oregon 204 is now reopened, and some evacuation reductions as well. So this one is still, you know, it's getting closer and closer to 60,000. It's almost 20% contained, very active on the southeastern, the northeastern side of the fire. The western side of the fire starting to flare up a little bit more now as well. But on the northern side of the evacuation boundary, we saw some downgrades. So a very good sign there. And then finally, we'll talk about the Paradise fire, which is also burning in the Blues a little bit further to the north of here in the Mill Creek watershed. It's now the southern half of the fire that is very problematic. And this one is 6,700 acres, no containment, and those evacuations still going from that tiny little slice of Columbia County across southeastern Walla Walla County into far northeastern Umatilla County. You can find these precise evacuation boundaries and so much more information about all these fires posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Getting into your education alert this morning, the Kennewick School District is seeing some encouraging kindergarten numbers. This is during a recent school board meeting that district officials said 1,018 kindergarten students are already enrolled, with another 142 currently in the queue as families finish requirements like immunization records or proof of residency. And those together add them to all, and the district is looking at 1,160 students. That is 10 more than the 1,150 they originally budgeted for. That's also getting close to the 1,193 kindergarten students that the district had last year. And with some families typically waiting until school starts to register their kids, officials say those numbers can continue to tick up. The yellow buses are back on our roads, and that means navigating new rules during your morning commute. We're breaking down the school bus safety laws you need to know to keep students safe. Troopers remind us that on 2-lane roads, you must stop for a bus with red lights and paddles activated. However, you do not need to stop if there is a turn lane or concrete barrier in the middle. If you ignore those lights, think twice. Buses now use cameras to catch violators, and fines start at $500.
Our students are the most vulnerable population that we have, and we want to keep them safe. So most school buses have cameras on the inside, on the outside, in the front, and in the back, and as well as our school bus drivers being trained on how to properly identify not only drivers but the vehicle license plate. So we can run a license plate with Department of Licensing and get the address and who the registered owner is for us to do follow-up work with that.
The consequences go beyond a fine. If you pass a stopped bus and hit a child, you could face reckless endangerment or even felony charges. Over into Yakima now, where a mom is aiming to make Kissel Park accessible for all kids through a GoFundMe. Cassie Oravets is working with Rotaract to make Kissel Park accessible to those with disabilities. She says the playground does not have an easily traversable area that is ADA compliant, with structures that are low to the ground to allow those in wheelchairs to share the same playground experience. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, looking to disconnect. A woman in Pasco that is running a puzzle and board games exchange. Plus, your time right now is 6:35. When we return, we're looking at our weather forecast for this Friday, looking at some triple digits. Find out more when we return.
Struggling with heartburn or reflux? At Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center, Dr. Amber Sharon and our experienced team offer Bravo pH testing to help get real answers. This minimally invasive test measures acidity levels in your esophagus using a small wireless capsule. Bravo pH testing can help your provider better understand your symptoms and create a treatment plan tailored to your needs. Ask your provider for a referral to Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center. Call 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org.
This is work, but this is Furniture Row. Work, Furniture Row. Work, furniture, well, you get it. And during the Labor Day sale, rewarding the rigors of your daily grind is easy. Save an extra $100 on every $1,000 you spend on sofas and sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses. Plus, check out special buys while they last. Celebrate your dedication to the job by taking a dedicated break. You deserve it. The Labor Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
The little pill with a big story to tell.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell. Action!
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
All right, let's go, come on!
Let's go!
Super Bowl 61 is coming.
Let's go!
And everyone's going.
We gotta go! We gotta go! I gotta go!
Because once the game starts,
Let's go! You better get on that bus!
Bye, Jimmy!
Well, don't just stand there.
everything else stops.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are going to have like a little miniature heat wave for today, as high temperature is going to be up around 100 degrees for lower elevations, low 90s in the Tri-Cities by lunchtime, and then 100 degrees for the hottest part of the day. It's actually going to be mostly cloudy to overcast for today. So imagine this in the sunshine. So be thankful for the clouds, right? And if we end up a little shy of this, it wouldn't be too surprising, but a lot of triple digits on the map for today. 102s for the Hanford site, Connell, 101s for the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla, and even the coolest locations for lower elevations still going to be pretty toasty. 96 for Ellensburg, 94 degrees in Lexington, 97 for Yakima. A big drop off in temperatures from Friday to Sunday in the Tri-Cities. Can you tell there's going to be a cold front that passes? So we'll be about 15 degrees cooler, and then we'll heat things up a little bit after that. But from Sunday to Thursday, looking pretty normal for this time of the year. The cold front passing going to do several different things to our weather. It's going to pick up the wind gusts. Even that's going to do a couple different things to our weather. So the air quality continues to be unhealthy in the Walla Walla Valley with all the smoke that's settled in. I'm thinking it's likely going to be like that through tonight. But then with the winds picking up for tomorrow, you'll see that a lot of that smoke is going to clear out of here. But of course, this all could change if we see additional fires popping up across our region, which is looking more likely than not. I'll tell you why that's the case coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. We turn now over to a woman in Pasco who is turning her love of puzzles into a way to bring her community together, creating something for everyone. Here's what I learned about her story.
And this is kind of the main. Whoa. My name is Jan Hood, and I moved to the Tri-Cities to be a caregiver for my mom.
A few weeks ago in Pasco, Jan Hood created a free puzzle exchange library she calls Puzzling in the Hood.
Because my last name is Hood and I thought it was really cute.
Building puzzles was a bonding activity between Hood and her mom. After she passed, Hood realized she can still share their love for the activity with the community.
Once she passed, I kind of got inspired to get back into it, and I can't do anything halfway, so I jumped into it.
Hood wanted to make a puzzle exchange spot that was easy and accessible to anyone at any time. The reaction from the community has turned into something she never would have imagined.
I've loved it. I have a little suggestion box in here, and every once in a while somebody will write, "This is so awesome, I just love this." I put out a call to see if anybody had any just laying around, and I got quite a few puzzles donated that way. This black box here was donated by the West Richland Puzzle Bus. That allowed me to expand into games. One gentleman who donated money to help fund. It's been really great to see the generous donations that people have made.
Not only is there puzzles for all ages, Hood has incorporated games as well. From her own collection and donations from the community, Hood has more than enough to offer.
You hope the community just takes away seeing you do something like this. That one person can, create a little hub of activity and provide a service that seems to be people really liking it. Yeah.
Hoping to continue puzzling in the Hood for as long as time will allow her. For Apple Valley News Now in Pasco, I'm Zoe Salas. I was able to take home a puzzle myself as well. Hood's library is located at 3902 Montgomery Lane in Pasco, and she says anyone is welcome to stop by at any time. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before heading out the door this morning and starting your weekend. As we are heading into an alert weekend, everything you need to look out for coming up after this.
This Labor Day, make your home your favorite place to be with incredible store-wide savings at Walker's. Create the spaces where life happens or bring it home today and pay over time.
Labor Day savings are happening now, this week at Walker's.
Now at McDonald's, the under $3 menu gives people what matters most. More options.
And when the option is a McChicken for just $2, it feels absolutely necessary. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Many abused and neglected animals are hungry and need help right now. Many animals are starving, wondering if food will ever come, with the unbearable pain that comes with that, and they need our help.
There are animals that have no idea when their next meal will come. They can't even remember when their last meal was. And they are moments from dying.
So I'm here to ask you, will you open your heart to help an animal who's hungry? Go online, call, or simply scan this code and donate just $19 a month. You'll help feed a hungry animal. That's just 63 cents a day to fill their empty bowl and show them the love in your heart.
There are empty bowls that are sitting there waiting to be filled. You can tell that these dogs are so weak from hunger. They've known no other life but a life of suffering.
No animal should have to go hungry. And with your support today, you will help feed a hungry animal. You can fill their bowl, but but you have to make your urgent life-saving gift today. So please join in the next 10 minutes. And if you do, we'll send you this free welcome kit to thank you for helping an animal today.
There's always an empty bowl on the ground that should have food in it. And it's very clear from the appearance of these dogs that that bowl hasn't had food in it for a long time.
We urgently need 3,000 new donors in the next 30 days. Please say you'll be one of them by signing up today. No animal should ever go hungry, and I know you agree. Please make this the moment that you say, I won't stand by while they suffer. Help fill their bowl too. Go online, call, or scan this code right now.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have alert days in front of us again on a weekend again, as we could see some more dangerous fire weather again. So let's go ahead and establish why that's the case. Okay, first of all, vegetation dryness going to be critically dry, level 4 out of 5 across for our scale, across I'd say 70%. More like 90% of our viewing area. So critically dry for most of us, but very dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. And as we start to get into some of those lightning chances and the wind gusts for this weekend, it's for a couple different reasons. Number one, we have monsoonal moisture coming in from the south. Number two, we have this storm system in the Gulf of Alaska that's going to get a move on pretty quick. And so that's going to do a myriad of things to our weather. So we'll put this into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar. Just keep in mind, this is one model run of one model. So this is all subject to change. Futurecast being very bullish on some of these shower and thunderstorm chances for tonight. But I think it's kind of underselling some of the shower and thunderstorm chances for tomorrow. So that's just my own personal opinion, but it's not really an opinion. It has some model consensus data to back that up. So we'll go ahead and show you some of the model consensus lightning chances during the day on Saturday. And it looks as if the best chances, or the chances altogether, are going to be for the foothills, for the Blues, and then also for the Cascades and for the Kittitas and the upper Yakima valleys. But hitting that key lightning chance, lightning fire threshold of 20% chances in the Cascades and upper Yakima Basin and the Kittitas Valley. So any lightning fires that do pop up would have the tendency to be spread around fairly quickly, as we'll see gusts across the map anywhere between 20 to 40 miles per hour, at least for lower elevations. And then by Sunday, still going to be gusty, not as gusty, but just know lightning fires could spread quickly. Human-caused fires could spread quickly as well. So here's how to prevent wildfires. And as always, you can find this list posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Highs around 100 degrees on Friday. Then the winds bringing up fire concerns Saturday and Sunday. And Yakima, mid-90s over the next couple days, along with some slight chances for showers and thunderstorms. In Ellensburg, windy this weekend, but especially on Saturday, with chances of lightning on top of that. Then for Hermiston, highs close to triple digits on Friday, then about 10 to 15 degrees cooler by Sunday. And finally, for Walla Walla, smoky again today from the Paradise Fire with highs around 100. Then fire concerns picking up into the weekend. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Hayden Panettiere's on and off again boyfriend, who was with the actress at the time of her death, is breaking his silence. Brian Hickerson saying through his attorney, Hayden's death remains under investigation, and it is important to allow that investigation to proceed. In April of 2021, Brian pleaded no contest to felony charges he abused Panettiere. Police have stressed there were no signs of foul play in her death, no signs of trauma in the preliminary autopsy, and the DEA has now joined the case. Now this morning, we're hearing from one of Panettiere's former neighbors who said she saw her last week.
At that time, she seemed okay to me, and I didn't think that would be the last time I would see I would see her, I probably would have done or said something different.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest on the investigation. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Welcome back. In your national headlines this morning, some severe weather struck the mid-Atlantic region on Thursday. This was with heavy downpours, heavy gusts of wind, and flash flooding. A twister was also spotted in Columbia, Pennsylvania, and a state of emergency was declared shortly afterward. More than 29 million people along the I-95 corridor have been under flood watches. Business-related news this morning, Starbucks filed a notice Thursday that it plans to lay off more than 200 workers. The group reportedly includes those employees who declined offers to keep their jobs by moving to Nashville, Tennessee. Starbucks said the layoffs are not part of a new restructuring, but instead the conclusion of a previously announced reorganization.
All right, let's get into your fire watch for this morning. We start off with the Three Queens fire that is burning in Kittitas County to the north of Lake Cochise. It's 3,800 acres, only 2% containment, and still the northern and the eastern side of the fire continue to be very active. So much so that we actually saw expanded evacuations yesterday. Only level 1B ready evacuations expanding to the east, but this continues to be in the areas around Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lakes. And as always, you can find the latest, most up-to-date information about all these fires posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We take you over to the Hagen fire, which is burning in Umatilla and Union counties, getting closer and closer to 60,000 acres, almost 20% contained, but still very active on the southeastern, the northeastern side of the fire, the western side of the fire, starting to flare up a little bit more now as well. But all that being said, we saw evacuation levels reduced on the northern side of this evacuation boundary. Very good news there. And again, Oregon 204 is now reopened for business. And then finally, the other fire that's burning in the blues, the Paradise fire, which now at this point is primarily burning in Wallowa and Umatilla counties. It's the southern half of the fire that is so active. It's 6,700 acres, and the evacuations continue to go from that little slice of Columbia County right across southeastern Walla Walla County into far northeastern Umatilla County. And again, you can find these precise evacuation areas posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into our top 5 local this morning, a recall effort targeting 3 Port of Benton commissioners. This just cleared its final court hurdle. The Washington Supreme Court said the allegations, if proven, would support recall. The petition claims that commissioners retaliated against former executive director Diane Howard. This is after she found evidence Keller may have violated port policy and state law. Richland City Council unanimously approved another 6-month moratorium on applications and approvals for LRA housing. These facilities can provide housing for sexually violent predators following incarceration. Richland plans to continue working with neighboring cities to develop permanent regulations. Council members in Pasco approved updated water use efficiency goals. One goal is to reduce the average daily demand per equivalent residential unit from 330 gallons to 300 gallons. City staff stressed these are goals for Pasco as a water provider and are not individual water limits or regulations for any families or businesses. Hanford is one step closer to safely storing some of its most dangerous Cold War leftovers. Crews now emptied a 24th single-shell tank holding radioactive and chemical material. Tank A-106 contained about 80,000 gallons, and in less than 7 months, workers transferred nearly 79,000 gallons into a newer double-shell tank with extra protection. Over in Topasco, parking on one street is now not allowed. The council approved a resolution that would prohibit vehicles from parking on North 27th Avenue and West Sylvester Street. Council members are currently working on educating the public about this new parking ban with their code enforcement team. And over into what's trending this morning. Would you eat a beef sundae, Josh?
What did you just ask me? Well, 20 years ago at the Iowa State Fair, the hot beef sundae was born, and it has been a fair staple ever since.
And don't worry, it's more lunch than dessert. No ice cream, no fudge.
Instead, mashed potatoes, gravy, beef, and cheese with a little cherry tomato on top. Okay, that sounds better. Now it has an international following, but fair visitors say the flavors just feel like home to them. So it's chili with mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I think we were a little misled at first. I was thinking beef with like ice cream.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put that past some county fair out there to do that.
I'm sure someone out there is doing it.
Someone had that terrible idea. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and get you out the front door on this Friday morning. Air quality looking, not just looking unhealthy, it is unhealthy categorically in the Walla Walla Valley. So for places like Walla Walla, College Place, and down into Milton Freewater and Adena. So in those areas, limit your outdoor exposure if you can help it. If you do have to venture outdoors, then the N95, the KN95 mask would be highly, highly, highly recommended. Okay, the wind gusts, not really a factor for now or for today, but they will definitely be a big time factor as we head into this weekend, especially for Saturday. Temperatures out there, 50s and 60s for now, but a little bit later today, triple digits. 101 for the Tri-Cities, 101 for Walla Walla. Now look, this is going to be in spite of our skies being mostly cloudy to overcast. And there will be some little chances of rainfall during the day in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Those chances going to go up slightly into tonight and then into tomorrow as well. Some thunderstorms could be in the mix. But the big weather stories, the bad air quality in the Walla Walla Valley through tonight. Wind gusts picking up. That should help out with the smoke situation temporarily, but it's going to bring up fire concerns for Saturday and Sunday. Could see lightning fires, could see human-caused fires as well. So to see all those wildfire prevention tips, you can do that by going online. AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
All right, lots of things to look out for this upcoming weekend.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching Good Morning Northwest with us. And as always, you can find the latest on these stories at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.